Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Welcome into the Steelers Talk Live Show. I am your host, Jack Sperry. That is producer Jeffrey Cooperstein. And we are here to talk some Week 1 football here, man. The wait is almost over. Pittsburgh Steelers football is almost back here, just a couple days away. I can't wait to get things going, Coop. And I can't wait to get this live show underway here on Steelers Talk. On today's show, we're going to be giving you guys the latest Steelers news and rumors, getting you guys ready for this Week 1 matchup versus the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be at Acrisure Stadium this year. Steelers actually have 2 home games to get this season going. Hopefully they can get a win here against the Niners to kick them off. And then also, I've got my official 2023 record prediction for your Pittsburgh Steelers. I think it's pretty darn bold. You're going to want to stick around to the end of today's show for that. And then also, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your predictions on the Pittsburgh Steelers here going into the 2023 season. So go ahead right now, use hashtag Steelers or Super Chat to get on the show today. Get your Steelers predictions in for today's show. I'm going to be reacting to those hot takes, those predictions, all those different things on today's show later on here during our mailbag portion. So again, make sure you use hashtag Steelers or Super Chat to skip the line. Put yourself right at the top. And now, Coop, let's talk some Steelers football here. We are finally here, Week 1.
Let's go, baby.
The season kicks off tomorrow, Kansas City versus Detroit.
Yes.
But I want to hear your take on who's going to win this week's matchup between the Steelers and 49ers.
I think it's going to be the Steelers. With Bosa playing now, though, it kind of gives me a little pause, but I still think the Steelers are going to pull it out. I'll give the people a little teaser. When we were going over our record prediction, which you did, I thought your prediction was crazy. And then I looked again at the schedule, and I was like, oh, it could happen.
Yeah, it could happen. It's going to be quite bold, so make sure you stick around to the end of today's show. And I do think, a little spoiler for my record prediction, I'm going to have the Steelers beat the San Francisco 49ers in Week 1. I do believe in this team. Type those PITs in the chat. Unless you're a fraudulent San Francisco 49ers fan. I mean, I don't know why you'd be that. But I'm going to let you guys know what I think the Steelers are going to finish the 2023 season at this year. Make sure you guys get those PITs in the chat. Come on, get us started here. We got Cassie Voth in here. We got CM Punk. We got William Pastor. We got Joe Baronet. I hope I'm saying that right, Joe. We got Robert. Oh, Robert Sadler. What's up, my dude? My boy Rob is in the chat. What's good, my dude? And then we've got Satchel McKee. We've got Steelers NASCAR Nation Fan 50. That's a mouthful right there, Coop. We got James Ellis. We got Aaron Lee. We got Jeff Stipp. I like that last name. We got William Hanley. Let's see who else is in the chat. Let me know. I want to give some shout-outs here. We got L. We got William Pastor. Let's go, man. Let's get this week off on the right foot.
Shout out to Cassie for that Snickers salad.
Yeah, today we actually have Snickers salad, a delicacy from my homeland of Minnesota.
I've heard a lot about it.
And my girlfriend Cassie brought it to us here at work, and it's been a smash hit.
It was a smashing hit.
I mean, everybody loves it here. And we got a special promotion involving that Snickers salad today, so we'll get to that here in just a second. But first, Nick Bosa, we've been talking about it all week, Coop. Is he going to play or will he not play? Well, it's looking like he's definitely going to play now because he just signed a massive 5-year, $170 million contract to make him the highest paid defensive player in the history of the National Football League. What's your take on that contract, man?
He deserved it, I think, because he was the best defensive player in football last year, and I think he thoroughly deserved it. Now, my next question is, now that Nick Bosa's got his deal, what is Micah Parsons' deal going to be like?
I don't know, man. So Micah's deal is going to be out of this world, in my opinion. He's a different kind of athlete. But, let me know down in the comments section, who's better right now, Nick Bosa or T.J. Watt? And you know what, Coop? I know that Nick Bosa just won Defensive Player of the Year, guess what? The last time T.J. Watt was fully healthy for an entire season, he won a Defensive Player of the Year trophy. So, and then you also look at the forced fumbles that T.J. Watt produces throughout his career. You look at since T.J. Watt entered the National Football League and the forced fumbles number, T.J. is up by like 10. It's an absolutely incredible number that he's been able to put up, along with the record-breaking sack numbers. In my opinion, when they're both fully healthy, I'm going with T.J. Watt. Lewis agrees with me. Tannerite Hannah agrees with me. B. Braden agrees with me. Mike G., David Lewis, William Pastor, Eric Wallace, CM Punk. All these guys agree with me down there in the chat. And, it's going to be difficult to contain Nick Bosa this weekend. You got Chukwuma Okorafor, who's going to be lining up on his side of the formation, so it's going to be difficult. Chucks was the lowest graded offensive lineman for the Steelers in 2022. So, you
just have to hope that Bosa's not fully ready to go and he plays a limited snap
He hasn't
count.
been at training camp. He hasn't been with the team. Now, I'm guessing he's definitely stayed in shape. This guy is a physical specimen.
Oh, he's an animal.
He's addicted to working out. So, it's going to be, I'm guessing he's going to be Nick Bosa on Sunday, but I'm still going to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers to go ahead and win this weekend. Make sure you click that subscribe button to join us for our watch party that we're going to be doing on Sunday. We're going to be starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 o'clock Central Time. We're about an hour before kickoff. We're going to be breaking it down with you guys. And, of course, we're going to have play-by-play, live play-by-play, every single play of the game. We're going to have you guys covered with my live analysis, post-game analysis. We're going to have a bunch of fun. We're going to be having a Joey Porter Jr. jersey raffle. So you got to make sure that you get your hand in the ring there, get your name in the hat, so to speak.
The season is here, Jack.
The season's here, man, and I'm ready to get this party started. Our preseason watch parties were
unbelievable.
Electric. They were unbelievable. I can't wait to see what Steelers Nation has in store for us this Sunday. All right, so now we do have a Super Chat menu today. So not only can you get your Steelers predictions at the top of today's mailbag, but you can also purchase some of these various items we have for you guys on the Super Chat menu. $5, we'll do a Here We Go Steelers chant. We love doing it. There's nothing else Coop loves in this world
the Here We Go Steelers
than to wave
chant.
that terrible towel and say Here We Go Steelers. $10, you get to get on the Steelers hard hat here. You join the Hard Hat Hall of Fame. During our watch parties, it's $20. So half off today for the Steelers Hard Hat Hall of Fame. $20, we'll do a Bean-Boozled jelly bean. You get to decide whether me or Coop has to eat it. And then $50, we'll slap somebody with a tortilla. And here's the thing, Coop hates getting slapped with tortillas.
It's true.
Let's make it happen today, guys. And $100 total. You get into the Steelers Talk Gold Club. You get 3 free raffle tickets for every single raffle we have on the show for forever. You get a gold check mark, essentially, is what we like to call it. It's kind of like the blue check mark on Twitter.
You're certified.
But you get like a nice little sticker there that says Steelers Talk Gold Club. For life, you get to join an awesome club here of true Yinzers that support the show. So $100 total for that. And then also we got a couple of special promotions on today's show, where if we get to $250 total for everybody on today's show, we're going to get some Snickers salad. We're going to put it in a plate, and we're going to pie me in the face with it at the end of the show. So if you want to see that, get those super chats in. And here's the thing, Coop, I asked him yesterday, Coop, what's going to be your price?
Oh, boy. I don't like
getting
getting
in the face with Snickers salad, and he really doesn't want to do it. He says, I'll pick $500 because I don't think they're going to get there today.
Just so you know, if I get pied, I am using this towel.
No, you are not. I got towels right
Oh, you brought towels?
I brought towels.
You were prepared.
You're not using our terrible towel to clean yourself off. Are you kidding me?
You were prepared? You brought towels.
We brought towels, so you don't have to use the terrible towel today.
That's why Cassie's
I don't know what you're talking about, Coop. We're not going to disgrace
My bad. I didn't know we had
terrible
towels.
towel
That's
today
on
with
me.
your face. No way. And then also today, Super Chat MVP, the person that puts in the most in Super Chats on today's show, will get 20 additional raffle tickets for the Joey Porter Jr. jersey raffle we're going to be doing on Sunday during our watch party. It's going to be absolutely electric. So if you want 20 additional raffle tickets for that, you got to be today's Super Chat MVP. Now, I want to give a little bit of a shout out.
Cassie wanted to correct you in the chat and say I brought towels.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Cassie brought towels to work today.
Thank you, Cassie.
Because she's very thoughtful, and we really do appreciate everything that she does. All right. Now, Gold Club members, I want to give a shout-out to all the members here that have put in $100 or more on a live stream here. Austin Tardif, Mo Love, Brian Love, Anthony Fuller, Nathan Glass, James Lombardo, DJ V, Patty Gustafson, Elliptic 6, Alexander Watson, Zach Eckert, Troy Hart, Andrew Longoria, Hot Rod 24, Jesse Johnson, Go Blue Buckeye, and Samuel Pugh. Could you be next? You could be today by putting in $100 total on today's stream. And if you guys want to get in touch with me on social media, my name's Jack Sperry. I'm an NFL analyst here at Chat Sports. And on my Twitter and on my Instagram, I talk about football. I talk about the Steelers. So if you want some more content from me, you can go at Jack_Sperry. You can go at SpareDog.football on Instagram. Or if you want to email me, you can find me at jsperry132@gmail.com. Now, Coop, we're starting to get things ready here. We got over 100 people watching, but we only got 21 likes. All right, we need to get to at
That's
least
a crime.
30 likes.
No, we need to get to at least 40 likes.
40 likes, says
That's what the
Coop.
bosses told me.
Our bosses are telling us we can't get to our first segment before we get to 40 likes. We got 105 people watching. Do us a quick favor. Click that thumbs up icon. It's a free and easy way to help out the channel. Helps push this video out to other Steelers fans like yourselves. We really do appreciate the support. We got 33 likes. We need 7 more to get today's show going.
We trust the Yinzas.
We're going to be talking about Nick Bosa and what his new contract could mean for Week 1 versus the 49ers. Mike Tomlin talked about Broderick Jones today. We'll be discussing what he had to say about that. And then also, and then we've got even more news and rumors for the Pittsburgh Steelers to discuss.
It's a loaded
on
show.
Today's
I'll just
show.
put it that way.
It's a great show. We're going to have some great stuff for you guys. Who's going to be the 40th like?
Let's go.
Let me know. Who's going to be the 40th like? There we go. We got the 40. All right. We've got 109 people watching, and on today's show, we're about to get into the latest Steelers news and rumors, getting you guys ready for this Week 1 matchup versus the San Francisco 49ers. I give you guys my official record prediction for your Pittsburgh Steelers later on in today's show, and then we've got a predictions mailbag from you guys. Let me know your predictions down there in the comment section by using hashtag Steelers or Super Chat down there in the comment section. But Coop, you feel ready about going into this? Oh, we got a $5 Super Chat. There we go. The party is getting started here with Kermit is my God. Let's go, man. $5 Super Chat. He says, here we go. So excited for Sunday. If we can throw that up there, Coop. And you know it's a $5 Super Chat. And you know what that means, Coop? Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. All right, man. Getting this party off started right is my guy. Kermit is my God. Coop, are we ready to get into this first segment today? All right, Coop's still got to get some stuff ready for us here. But, man, I'm so excited for Sunday. Make sure you click that subscribe button and turn on your notifications to join us for this week's watch party, guys. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But for now, we've got the latest Steelers news and rumors coming at you right now. Nick Bosa signs a massive contract with the San Francisco 49ers, and he is expected to play this Sunday versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going to tell you what that means here in just a second. Then also head coach Mike Tomlin talked about Broderick Jones sitting the bench here to start his rookie campaign. And then also ESPN has absolutely disrespected the Pittsburgh Steelers roster in their latest article. Going to tell you what they said here at the end of today's show, so make sure you stick around. But first, make sure you click that subscribe button and join us for our Week 1 watch party here, where we're going to be breaking down the entire Steelers versus 49ers game at Acrisure Stadium here. We're going to be doing a bunch of great stuff. And I think that really the belle of the ball here, the crown jewel of this stream, is going to be that Joey Porter Jr. jersey raffle that we're going to be doing during the watch party. So if you want a chance to win that jersey, make sure you click that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. Follow me on Twitter at Jack_Sperry so you can get in touch with me if you win. And then make sure you watch the watch party to see if you win this week's raffle. Now let's get into Nick Bosa here, who just signed a massive contract with the San Francisco 49ers. 5 years for a total of $170 million. 122 of that is guaranteed, and $50 million of that comes in a signing bonus, which is the highest for any non-quarterback in NFL history. He makes him the highest paid defensive player in NFL history, even over the likes of Aaron Donald. Now you take a look at the highest paid edge rushers in the National Football League right now. There is a gap now between Nick Bosa and the former champion there, TJ Watt. $34 million per season for Nick Bosa now. TJ was at 28. Of course, Nick's older brother, Joey, made 27 with the Los Angeles Chargers. Myles Garrett, Khalil Mack, Max Crosby, Bradley Chubb, Von Miller, Cameron Jordan, and Harold Landry fill out the rest of that top 5. And now you take a look at this 49ers depth chart here heading into week 1. Drake Jackson is interesting. You like Eric Armstead and Javon Hargrave, what they bring to the table there on the interior. And then, of course, you got Nick Bosa, who's going to be a major, major problem, potentially for the Steelers here in week 1, with Chukwuma Okorafor slated to take on that matchup. But something that was pretty interesting is that after this signing happened, Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the 49ers, had this to say about his playing time versus the Steelers this week. We'll be smart with it, and it'll be based on the next 2.5 practices. So some people are taking that quote to mean he might not play all that much versus the Pittsburgh Steelers here in week 1. But here's the thing, man. Nick Bosa, he is a physical specimen. He is definitely in shape. He's definitely ready to go. And even though he hasn't been with the team during training camp and during the early part here of the season process, he's going to be ready to go. Mike Tomlin said it in his press conference the other day. These type of guys, they are who they are, and he's going to show up, and he's going to be Nick Bosa. So Chukwuma Okorafor better get his butt ready to block this man, because it's going to be tough if he's letting him get to Kenny Pickett all day long. And I don't really think it matters how much Bosa plays in this one. I still think the Steelers have the advantage. I still think the Steelers defense is going to do pretty darn well. I think Kenny Pickett will play well in this game. I think in the end, no matter what the snap count is for Nick Bosa in this one, I do think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to come away with the victory. Now, let me know. We know that Nick Bosa is the highest paid edge rusher in the National Football League right now, but who's the best? Let me know which player you think is better down there in the comments section. If you think it's Nick Bosa, the last year's Defensive Player of the Year, give me an NB. But if you think it's TJ Watt, the Defensive Player of the Year from 2 seasons ago, give me a TJ down there in the comment section. And this is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. Now let's discuss what Mike Tomlin had to say about rookie left tackle Broderick Jones. Now, of course, GM Omar Khan moves up to take Broderick in the first round of the NFL draft this year, and a really nice move, in my opinion. And, lots of people were expecting Broderick to come in and start right away, but that's probably not going to happen. In fact, it's definitely not going to happen. Dan Moore Jr. will be the starting left tackle for the Steelers here in week 1. And this is what Mike Tomlin had to say about Broderick Jones' development. I know oftentimes depth charts produce stories. Maybe what's wrong with Broderick, etc. There's nothing wrong with Broderick. There was nothing wrong with Cam Hayward when he watched. If you have a good team, if you have people playing well, oftentimes it means young, capable guys get an opportunity to watch as they grow and develop. That's the story of the left tackle position, and I feel really comfortable about where we are. And I absolutely love this quote from Coach Tomlin here. This is a perfect example of the way that Mike Tomlin knows what he's doing as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, in my opinion. He understands that Dan Moore Jr. right now is probably the better overall offensive tackle, especially in pass protection. And he understands that when you have a team as good as the Steelers right now, and you got capable starters on this team, capable veteran starters on the roster, you can allow a guy like Broderick Jones to stay in the oven a little bit longer and learn from a guy like Dan Moore Jr., who's still a capable starter and had a really, really impressive 2023 preseason and training camp. There's nothing wrong with letting Broderick, if he's not quite ready yet, to sit in the oven a little bit longer and let these damn cookies bake, man. I've been using this analogy for weeks now. Broderick Jones is like a fresh batch of cookies, man. You don't want to pull them out too early. You don't want to pull them out too late. And, having a guy like Dan Moore Jr., a solid starter at the left tackle position, at least in my opinion, gives you the freedom to let Broderick develop at his pace. Whenever Broderick's ready to go, whenever they feel like he's capable of playing in this league as the starting left tackle of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're going to put him out there and they're going to figure something out for Dan Moore Jr. later on down the line. But let them cookies bake for now, man. I think Broderick still has a very, very bright future here in the city of Bridges, and I think that he's going to be the future franchise left tackle for this team over the next decade plus. Now, coming up here, I'm going to be telling you about the latest ESPN article that absolutely disrespects the Steelers roster. ESPN has been absolutely roasting the Steelers all offseason long. It has all culminated in this 2023 season preview that they released. I'm going to tell you what they said here in just a second. But first, if you don't have a Kenny Pickett jersey yet and you believe that he is the future of the Steelers franchise, particularly at the quarterback position, what are you waiting for? Invest in his jersey today with our friends at Fanatics. You can get white, you can get black. They got a bunch of different designs for you to choose from. Go to chatsports.com/Pickett to get your jersey today. If you believe in Kenny Pickett like I do, you're going to want to invest yourself in a number 8 Kenny Pickett jersey today. So if you want to get yours now, go to chatsports.com/Pickett before it's too late. All right, so now let's see what ESPN had to say about the black and gold, where their analytics system that they use to predict the outcomes of a season before it starts, gives the Steelers a measly 7% chance to win the AFC North in 2023. And, to me, this is not only wrong, but it is straight up insulting to Mike Tomlin, to this roster, to Omar Khan, who built this really great roster this year. And the thing is, man, they use these analytics, they base it off of last year's metrics. And when you look at a guy like Kenny Pickett, who had his struggles during his rookie season, right, those numbers are not going to be applicable to the 2023 season. I think Kenny, you look at this year, the progress that he's made in the pocket, the progress he's made in Matt Canada's offense. Canada has given him the freedom to check line protections, to check out routes, to check audibles, all these different things. Kenny Pickett has the power to change at the line of scrimmage now, and because he's more comfortable in the pocket, because his chemistry with his wide receivers is even better than it was a year ago, I think Pickett is going to be a completely different quarterback in 2023 than he was in his rookie season, and because of that, I think the analytics are just not going to do a good job of predicting Kenny Pickett's success going into this season. And in my opinion, this team's chances to win the AFC North needs to be, at a minimum, a 20% chance, okay? The defense, I believe, is going to be elite. The pass rush is top 3 easily in the National Football League. I love the moves that they made at linebacker and in the secondary. This offseason, Kenny Pickett is looking really comfortable in his second year. He's got good weapons to work with. It's a revamped offensive line. The run game should be better. There is zero reason why it should be down to 7% chance to win the division this year. There's no way that should be the case. And in my opinion, it's got to be at least 20% for anybody that's worth their salt as an NFL analyst. Now get in the comments for me, down in the comments section. What do you guys think is the percent chance that the Pittsburgh Steelers win the AFC North division here in 2023? Put it on a scale of 0 to 100 for me down there in the comments section. Can't wait to see how you're feeling about the black and gold heading into the 2023 campaign. All right, that'll be it for today's show, guys. Really appreciate all the support. Make sure you click that subscribe button for free and daily Steelers content here on Steelers Talk. And I'll see you guys later. My name is Jack Sperry. I will see you guys tomorrow. And until then, here we go, Steelers. All right, Coop, 1 segment down, 2 to go. I saw we got some super chats.
Yes, we have to catch up on some soups.
We got to catch up on some soups here. Make sure you get those super chats in along with your Steelers predictions for 2023. And then also we've got those super chat menu items. We got a $5 super chat from Paul B. It says Jack versus Chase in the studio is going to be epic this coming Sunday. Yes, it is, man. It's going to be us versus Chase Sr., who is our 49ers host. We're going to be doing a sub battle. We're going to be doing a super chat battle with the 49ers.
A like battle?
And a like battle with the 49ers report on Sunday. We do not lose those battles here on Steelers Talk, guys. So make sure you click that subscribe button. Make sure you tune in because we're coming. We're coming here, Coop. They're one of the biggest channels in the company, and we're going to dethrone them on Sunday.
So I'm going to call an audible here.
Okay.
Instead of doing the Here We Go Steelers chant for this one, I think this is what we do. F the Niners. F the Niners. F the Niners. F the Niners.
They've been saying for months that Brock Purdy is better than Kenny Pickett.
Which is just a lie.
I cannot wait for Kenny Pickett to show them in front of a national audience, because this is going to be in front of most televisions.
Absolutely. This will be a national game.
They've announced that this is going to be the main game on Fox for that 12 o'clock period, 1 o'clock period. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this game, and Kenny Pickett is going to show these guys that defense, which was so dominant in 2022, what we're about here. I cannot wait for that watch party and for that game. Next up here, we got a $5 super chat from Kermit is my God. Another $5 from Kermit here. He says, betting odds for Steelers scoring 2+ touchdowns every regular season are plus 6,500. How do you feel about this? Some real upside here, I think. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. And I actually like that bet.
Yeah.
I like the Steelers to score multiple touchdowns this year. It's not like last year, I don't think. You got more experience at the quarterback position. You got somebody that's really had all the reps with the first teamers in the preseason, and there's not going to be a learning curve anymore for Kenny. And I look at what they're going to be able to do here. And I think, multiple touchdowns a game for every game is absolutely possible, Kermit. So if you feel comfortable enough, man, send that in. That's a $5 super chat, Coop. You know what that means.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
And then we got a $10 super chat.
A first-time super chatter.
Edward Cicciarelli, a first-time super chatter.
Let's go, Edward.
Coop, 2 claps for Jeff, or Ed, for Ed. There we go.
Let's go, Ed.
Ed, thank you so
Daryl.
much. And then Daryl's coming in with a 20. Let's get this party rolling.
Let's go, Daryl.
Edward, your name is going on the hard hat here. Edward. Give some shout-outs while I'm putting his name down here.
Daryl Oglesby coming in with the 20. Do you think the Steelers' offense has to start off fast? Absolutely you do. That's a key to every single game, is you have to start off fast. And on that first possession, get points. Whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, make sure you get some points and start off fast and put the pressure on the Niners offense.
Welcome to the Hard Hat Hall of Fame, Edward. I wear this hard hat for every single watch party that we do, so I hope you'll tune in on Sunday where I'll be wearing this helmet. And Daryl, $20 here means a Bean-Boozled. Let me know who you want to, you know what? We'll both do a bean for Daryl.
We'll both do one.
We'll both do a bean for Daryl here. And he says, do you think the Steelers' offense has to start off fast? Of course. You want to start off fast. It's going to be a tough defense here for the 49ers week 1. We're going to give Coop an old Band-Aid one.
Why?
Let's go.
Oh, what a
nice
snag.
One-hander. That was a bad toss. Coop just snagged that.
I'm pretty athletic.
Little bean, man. All right. Daryl, thank you for the 20. And here we go, man. I got Booger, by the way.
Why do you get Booger and I get old Band-Aid?
I don't know, man. So if you're new to the show here, we do these Bean-Boozled jelly beans from Jelly Belly. And it's either a good bean or a bad bean. I either have Juicy Pear or Booger. And then Coop's got either pomegranate or old Band-Aid.
So either one is bad.
These suck, man. I'm telling
Hot
you.
Rod said I have OBJ hands. I appreciate that.
All right, here we go. Cheers, my friend.
Pomegranate. I got pomegranate. It's not great,
Oh.
but I can finish it at least. Sperry definitely got Booger.
Screw you, Coop. We need to get Coop a bad bean, so someone send in a 20, man.
Pomegranate's not even good.
We need to get Coop a bad bean here. I don't know what the hell, man. Oh, God, that's terrible.
Dude, yeah, that's bad. That's real bad.
Goodness gracious, dude. All right, man, coming up here, we've got the new, we're going to be doing the predictions mailbag today. So if you got a Steelers prediction for the 2023 season, use hashtag Steelers in the chat or super chat with your prediction, and I'll react to it here on the show. Also, if we get the $250 total, so we're about $200 away right now, I get pied in the face with a plate full of Snicker salad. So if you don't know what Snicker salad is, it's kind of something you do up north. It's like whipped cream, vanilla pudding mix, Snickers, and apples, and it's really messy.
Cassie brought towels.
And, my girlfriend Cassie brought towels, so we're ready to get things we're ready to get weird today, Coop. If you guys want to do that.
Hey, listen to Hot Rod. If you want to be on the Q&A, make sure you put #Steelers in your comment so you can be on it.
Yep. Thank you, Hot Rod. Real one. Just joined Steelers Talk Gold Club last week. Shout out to you, Hot Rod. Yes, you need to use #Steelers if you want to get on the mailbag today. All right, so make sure you get those. If you got a question, I'll answer a question. If you got a prediction, any sort of prediction, if you think George Pickens is going to lead the league in receiving yards or touchdowns this year, that works. Put in a prediction for the Steelers or for a Steelers player down there in the comments. Use #Steelers or Super Chat so that Coop knows which people want to get questions on today's show.
If you don't use #Steelers, I can't see it. So that
if you don't type #Steelers, we can't see it.
It literally
so make sure
will not
you put
be on
#Steelers. So pretty soon here, I don't know how we're doing on questions here, Coop.
Let me take a look.
Or predictions. Get those predictions in, man. I want to see how you guys are feeling about this team heading into the season. I'm feeling excited. I want to see what you guys think. Not record predictions, by the way. Use like Kenny Pickett will score this many touchdowns or make a Pro Bowl or something like along those lines.
Need a couple more.
Make it a little bit more specific than just a record prediction, if you would. Oh, so we got a Niners fan in the chat. Soul684 says, Niner fan here. I said Steelers records are 11-6. Unfortunately, one of those losses will be against my Niners.
We'll see about that, Soul.
I don't think so, Soul.
We'll see about that, dude.
I don't think so, man. I mean, I respect it. I think that, he is giving the Steelers their props here, saying they'll go 11-6.
Chuck.
I'm just telling you, man, the Steelers usually start off the season hot, and the Niners usually don't. All right,
True.
And the Steelers are home.
That's facts.
And I think that the anticipation for this game is just, it kind of feels like the Raiders game last year, where it was the Franco Harris game. It just felt like a game you couldn't lose. It just felt like no matter what happened in the game, as bad as it was offensively in that one, they were going to find a way to pull out the win. So I feel that way about this game. Respect to those Niners. I think they're one of the best teams in the NFC this year. I think down the stretch, they're going to be really, really freaking good. And they could win a Super Bowl this year. They absolutely could. But
Chuck,
I think
ask
home,
that question and use #Steelers on it. Make sure you use #Steelers.
#Steelers, guys. Come on. We got 138 people watching. We're about to get into this predictions mailbag where I'm going to react to your predictions for the 2023 season here. If you got a hot take, let me know down there in the comment section. If you got a prediction for a Steelers player, put it down there in the comment section. We good, Coop? All right, we're ready to get this thing going, man. Make sure you get those super chats in. Again, $10 gets you on the Hard Hat Hall of Fame. $20 means a bean. $50 is a tortilla slap, where I get to slap Coop. Or he slaps me. You guys get to decide. And then if we get to 250 total today, we'll pie me in the face with some Snickers salad today, all right? So, and then also the Super Chat MVP today, 20 raffle tickets for this weekend's Joey Porter Jr. raffle, jersey raffle that we're going to be doing. I don't know who's our MVP right now. Let's get that going, Coop. I want to say that before we get into this. Yeah, who's our MVP so far? So Daryl Oglesby with $20 is our MVP. So if he's the MVP today, he gets 20 raffle tickets for Sunday. All right, so 20 is the number to beat. If you want to be today's MVP and you want to increase your chances at that Joey Porter Jr. jersey this Sunday, get those super chats in, man. All right, so we're going to be getting into this predictions video here in just a second. Cooper, are we ready to go? All right, here comes some Steelers fan predictions coming at you right now. The 2023 NFL season for the Pittsburgh Steelers is nearly here, guys, which means I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you, the fans of Steelers, talking how you're feeling about the Pittsburgh Steelers heading into the 2023 campaign. So on today's show, I'm going to be reacting to your predictions for the 2023 NFL season for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Before I get into these predictions here, go ahead and like today's video if you're feeling generous and you think that the Pittsburgh Steelers will beat the San Francisco 49ers in Week 1 at Acrisure Stadium. Now let's get into this first question from my man, Hot Rod 24. He's a Gold Club member there, Coop. He says, hot take, Bengals lose to the Steelers in the playoffs. I think playoff projections are going to be pretty tough to project at this point. Injuries happen. It's going to be tough to really project matchups, like who knows who the Steelers will play. in the playoffs if and when they make it. But I could certainly see them beating the Bengals in the playoffs if they make it. It's a divisional opponent. They know each other well. The Steelers are very well coached. I like Mike Tomlin over Zach Taylor in terms of overall coaching. And, because you don't have Big Ben Roethlisberger, an aging Big Ben Roethlisberger, as your quarterback who can barely throw the ball 10 yards down the field come playoff time, and you got a young buck like Kenny Pickett, I think the Steelers are getting ready to really be competitive in a playoff setting because their quarterback is young enough to be fresh at that point in the season. So really do like the Steelers' chances of making the playoffs and even winning a playoff game here coming up this year. Then we got one from William Pastor here. Says George Pickens is going to ball out this season. William, I couldn't agree more. I think George Pickens by the end of the year will for sure be seen as a top 10 wide receiver in the National Football League. The kinds of catches this guy can make, maybe 3 people on the entire planet Earth can make. He's a good route runner. I think he's very underrated as a route runner. He's a good athlete. He's pretty darn good after the catch. We saw that in that preseason Week 1 touchdown, where he caught that in route and he took it to the house. I love what he brings to the table, man. I think he's gonna bud into a legitimate, bona fide superstar wide receiver here in 2023. Then we got one from Chuck Peasy. Love that name, man. It says Pickens will lead team in touchdowns with 14, and we will lead the league in sacks. Wow. First of all, I'm not sure 14 touchdowns would be enough to get the job done. Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams. I mean, a bunch of these really good receivers. A.J. Brown with the Eagles. All these guys, man. I think you're probably going to need a little bit more than 14 to get that number 1 spot on the touchdown leaders when it comes to wide receivers this year. But I think it's possible that he could be number 1. He's going to be a great red zone threat. He's a deep threat. All these different things. It's really hard to guard him in the red zone. And then I do think the Steelers have a really good chance of leading the league in sacks this season, man. Really do think he's going to this unit is one of the best in football with Alex Highsmith, TJ Watt, Nick Herbig, and of course Cam Hayward there on the interior. It's going to be really freaking hard to stop this Steelers defense this year in their pass rush. So I think both of those predictions are pretty darn reasonable if you ask me, Chuck. Then we got one from Hannah McMillan here and says Matt Canada will earn a contract extension after a successful season on offense. Now, this one could happen. I know there's a lot of Steelers fans out there that hate Matt Canada. But listen, if the Steelers win 10, 11, or even 12 or 13 games this year, you kind of have to bring Matt Canada back. You just kind of have to, unless the offense is like absolutely terrible and the defense is carrying you to all those wins and you kind of get yourself lucky a little bit. But overall, man, if this offense works with Matt Canada, this is the last year of his contract. I would expect him to get another contract here if he can do his thing here and the Steelers ball out here in 2023 on the offensive side of the ball. So I like that take there from Hannah. Now, be honest with me right now in the comments section. What is your confidence level in offensive coordinator Matt Canada heading into the 2023 season? Put it on a scale of 1 to 10 for me down in the comments section. And this is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. Then we got a question from my man, Robert Sadler, who says Nick Herbig gets 6 sacks this year. I like that take, Rob, because I think he could even get a little bit more than that. Because you look at really the higher-end rotational pass rushers in the National Football League, they get closer to 7, 8, sometimes even 9 sacks on the year. And I think Nick Herbig, with those fresh legs coming in, with the tool set that he has, the ability to win with bent, to win with speed, to win with finesse. He's got so many great moves at his disposal as a pass rusher. And as somebody that's going to be a rotational guy coming in fresh on those obvious passing situations, it wouldn't shock me if he got to 7, 8, or even 9 sacks here in his rookie campaign. Then we got one from Kevin Reed here. It says TJ gets 24 sacks, smashing the NFL record. Highsmith 12 and Herbig gets 8. I mean, if TJ Watt gets 24 sacks in one season, that is the greatest season that any pass rusher has ever had in National Football League history. Would I love that to happen? 100%. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. I think he's capable of it. I think he's a massive talent, but 24 is a lot, man. And then I actually think you're a little bit low on Alex Highsmith. He had 14.5 last year. He's only getting better. He dominated training camp in the preseason. I think he gets closer to 15 or 16 than 12, in my opinion. Then Herbig, I think 8 is a pretty decent number. He's going to have to ball out, but I think he's capable. Then we got one from Zion Peterson here. He says Najee is third in the league in rushing yards behind Henry and Chubb, and GP has 3 breakout season out of every player. The breakout season out of every player this year. I think both of those are feasible. Now, Najee, we'll see on him. The yards per carry number throughout his career has not been great, but he hasn't had great offensive line play. So now that the upgrades have come along the offensive line, hopefully Najee puts it in gear this year and really establishes himself as a star running back and the star running back that we were promised when they drafted him in the first round a couple of seasons ago. And George Pickens, I think, is going to be absolutely fantastic. I completely agree with that one. He's going to be a breakout star, in my opinion. Then we got one from Dimitri Callie here. Says, this team will break the Steelers' record for most sacks in a season. So right now, the single-season record for the Steelers for a team, 56 sacks. All right, that's a big number. 2020 and 2017, 2 really good defenses for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But guess what? I think this unit is capable of doing just that. T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith, arguably the best pass rushing duo in the National Football League. Alex Highsmith, probably the most underrated pass rusher in the league, at least in my opinion. I think TJ could get at least 20 this year. Alex would put on another 15, and then Nate Herbig could get another 8 or 9. That gets you pretty close there. And then you still got Cam Hayward, who's capable of putting up double-digit sack numbers as well. They love Larry Ogunjobi. We'll see what he can do this year. And that's not even counting the nickel blitzes that are going to be coming here with Chandon Sullivan and Elijah Riley and Desmond King there from the slot. And then also the linebacker blitzes. I mean, there's going to be so many sacks to be had on this Steelers defense this year, and it really, really wouldn't surprise me if they break the franchise record this year, and possibly, I mean, they might even challenge for the most in NFL history. Am I being a little bit too rich with that one? Maybe, but man, the talent here is absolutely phenomenal. I think they're going to be one of, if not the best pass rush in the league here in 2023. Now, I got more predictions for the 2023 season to break down with you guys here in just a second. But first, check out our friends at BetUS, and they're offering you guys a fantastic 125% deposit bonus when you go to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code Steelers125. Now, you might be asking yourself, what's a 125% deposit bonus? That means if you put in a deposit of $100 to $600, they're going to match that up to 125%. So if you put in $100, they're going to give you $125 additional dollars to use on your bets, $225 total. And why not use that on this weekend's game? Right now, the 49ers are considered the favorite over the Pittsburgh Steelers by 2 points. Right now, that's what it is. The 49ers are the favorite by 2 points. Then the total over and under is 41.5 points. That's quite a high-scoring game right there. I still think they're going to get a little bit over that. My official score prediction is 27-23 Steelers win. So if you want to cash in on my prediction, you can go to BetUS right now. Make sure you use chatsports.com/bet and use promo code Steelers125 to get that deposit bonus in your pocket today. We got one from Flower Shaman here. Nice name, man. Says, opening drive touchdown. I love that, dude. It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, right? Kenny Pickett during the preseason with that first-team offense. 5 drives, 5 touchdowns. So would it shock me if Matt Canada and Kenny Pickett orchestrate a really nice plan here to start this season against Nick Bosa and that 49ers defense? It wouldn't shock me whatsoever, all right? So I really like that prediction there by Flower. Make sure you tune in to the watch party here on Sunday for our live coverage of that game versus the 49ers. Then we got one from Paranormal in the Funhouse. Interesting name. He says, who's going to be better at running back this year, Harris or Warren? Now, this is what I'll say. I think it's going to be Najee, all right? I'm still a believer in Najee Harris. I still think there's a reason why he took him in the first round. For his size, he does have the speed you look for. He's an incredibly physical runner. He's a great person and a great worker and all these different things. He has Pittsburgh Steeler written all over him. But here's the thing, man. He needs to perform this year. And if he doesn't, Jaylen Warren looked like a number 1 running back in the NFL preseason this year. He just did. And now that it'd be great if Najee Harris holds him off and he proves that he's better than Jaylen, and you have 2 essentially number 1 running backs on this roster this year. But this has got to be the year for Najee, in my opinion. If he doesn't get off to a good start, it wouldn't surprise me if Jaylen Warren usurps him here as the running back 1 for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Then we got a $20 super chat from Gold Club member Mo Love. And he says, Kenny Pickett with the most pass yards for this season over Mahomes. Hey, we can dream big, man. That is a big dream. That's a $20 dream right there, producer Coop. Wow, man, I'm not going to go that far. Patrick Mahomes is special. He got a lot of great quarterbacks in this league, and I'm not putting that kind of pressure on Kenny Pickett personally. I think that Pickett is going to be very solid this year. I think he's going to establish himself as probably a top 15 guy in this league, if not top 10, and he's going to show himself to be a guy that in the future, for sure, can win this team a Super Bowl. That's my expectation for him, and I think he's going to meet that. So let me know what you guys think about Kenny Pickett down there in the comment section. Do you think he's going to make a Pro Bowl here in 2023? Give me a yes or give me a no down there in the comment section. Last year, Derek Carr of the Raiders made a Pro Bowl, so how hard can it really be? But let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section. Well, that's going to be it for today's show, guys. Really do appreciate all the support. Make sure you click that subscribe button to join the most interactive Steelers community for free here on YouTube. We do weekly mailbags like this where you have your voice heard. And then we got weekly watch parties where we watch the Steelers games together. And you get my live analysis. You get your voice heard on that as well. So if you want to have your voice heard among a community of Steeler diehard fans, this is the place for you, man. Click that subscribe button for me right now. All right. 2 down,
Mo
1
Love.
to go. And Mo Love.
Mo Love.
Let's go, man. All right, so we both have a bean here.
Let's do it.
Coop got a good one last time, Mo Love, in case you missed it.
I better not get a freaking old Band-Aid one again.
There's no way he gets 2 good ones in a row. There's no way. You get liver and onions. All right, here you go. Liver and onions for Coop.
Why do you hate me?
It's better than old Band-Aid.
Is it?
Yeah. Old Band-Aid's the worst one,
I don't
man.
know,
I'm
dude.
sorry. I just can't do it. Whew.
All right. I have my water ready to go. I'm just going to swallow it whole if it's
No,
bad.
you have to bite into it, Coop.
No, yeah, I'll bite in.
Yeah.
You one bite, and if I
One
realize
bite,
it,
and if it sucks, you put it down.
one bite, everybody knows.
All right, this one's to my man, Mo
Mo
Love.
Love.
Let's go. Juicy pear, my man. So Coop and I have both had a good one and a bad one. Look at him. Look at him. Let's go. Oh,
Dude,
my
that
goodness.
is so bad.
Liver and onions is bad, man.
Oh, Anthony Fuller's
King
in the
Yinzer,
chat.
Anthony Fuller. We're not worthy. Coop, this is King Yinzer. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Bring him up here. $20 super chat. And he says, I'm late.
Oh, man.
Now I'm super late. I love it, King Yinzer.
Let's go.
So right now we have a 3-way tie for today's
Yes,
MVP.
we do.
So for the people that just showed up, today's Super Chat MVP is going to get 20 additional raffle tickets to the Joey Porter Jr. jersey raffle on Sunday's watch party versus the 49ers. So if you want to increase your odds right here on Steelers Talk,
This is how you do it.
you got to put in the most Super Chats. Right now, the number to beat is 20.
I need a bean.
And yeah, we do need another bean here, man.
Oh, man.
Appreciate you. Right now, we're still about $200 away from slapping me in the face with a plate with whipped cream in it.
Snicker salad.
A Snicker salad pie. So let's get these super chats going, man. Coming up here, we still have my official record prediction for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So make sure you stick around for that. Let's do grass shavings here for me. And let's do dirty dishwater for Coop. Yeah.
That one's better at least.
Actually, no, this one's not. This one's rotten egg or buttered popcorn for Coop. Let's go. Here you go, Coop.
While we eat these jelly beans, let us know, will Kenny Pickett be a Pro Bowler in 2023? Yes or no?
Let us know in the chat while we eat these beans.
The reason I say yes is because it's easy to make the Pro Bowl.
It's very easy to make the Pro Bowl. Derek Carr made a Pro Bowl last year, and he was terrible.
He stinks.
He was
All
awful.
right. What do I have again?
What's that?
Rotten egg
or buttered popcorn.
Ugh.
So pretty much bad either way. There we go.
It's buttered popcorn, so it.
I guess I could have finished
Yes.
that one.
I like Cassie's idea. She says I get to pick the jelly beans next round.
Like grass. Yeah. Okay. Another 20, and Coop gets to decide
I get to pick.
who gets the bean, which flavors we do.
All right.
But I had grass shavings. It tastes bad. It's not as bad as Old Bandage.
Oh, no, yeah.
Like
I would love to
rotten
get
egg
grass
or
shavings.
Stink bug or any of these other ones that you have, man. It's just awful. So Brian White says no Pro Bowl for KP. Bruce says 24 touchdowns this year. That'd be okay. Pretty good number.
That's about a touchdown and a half a game?
About a touchdown and a half per game, which isn't bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's about middle of the pack, I'd say.
But that might be good enough to get to the Pro Bowl.
J.R. Griffith says, who is BP? That is Brock Purdy. And I've been hearing 49ers fans throughout this offseason chirp the Steelers saying that Brock Purdy is somehow better than Kenny Pickett. I just don't see it. I don't.
Oh, Daryl!
And Daryl coming in, and he takes the lead for today's MVP. Let's go, Daryl! Let's go! And he says, do you think that Darnell Washington will be a good threat in the red zone? Yes, Daryl, I do. I think that he could get maybe 5 or 6 touchdowns this year. Is that too rich for Darnell Washington in a rookie season?
No, he can do that.
He looked really good in training camp practices in the red zone period specifically.
You know what my favorite play is in the red zone? Play action to the tight end. I think it works almost every time because the defense
because you don't know if the tight end's blocking or if he's that's a good point, Coop. And I think they're going to run that quite a bit this year. Darnell, he can move. He is big. And I mean, he showed some really great ball control and like hands in the red zone.
I love him.
So far this preseason, let me tell you this, man. There's a reason why they cut Zach Gentry.
Absolutely.
There's a reason because they believe in this kid. Not in the future, right now. They believe this guy can play.
Washington?
And I can't wait to see him play.
I think he's just as good of a blocking threat as Gentry was, and he's a better receiving threat.
Yeah, Gentry was a massive human being.
Yeah,
right. He was like 6'8". Like he was huge. And Darnell is almost that big. He looks like an offensive lineman out there, man. When I went to Steelers training camp practice this year, the guy just stands out. He looks like an offensive lineman. It's like, why do they have 6 linemen on the field? I don't understand.
I get to choose this time.
All right, so Coop wants to choose the beans this time.
Cassie, let me choose.
All right, let's see. Let's see who he chooses for me.
Yeah, this one. This looks to be... I can't even read what this is.
Stink bug or toasted marshmallow? Are you
There you
kidding me? Dude, this one's terrible.
And then I get... God dang it.
What?
Band-Aid.
Old Band-Aid.
The wrong one.
Let's go, Coop. Bring the garbage over here because I have a feeling because I don't like the toasted marshmallow one anyway.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, F you. F you. Let's go.
Oh my God, man, that sucks.
Let's go.
Dude, you can like smell it. Oh. Dude, that one might actually be worse than Old Band-Aid. I'm not even... Stink bug is terrible. If you ever do this Bean-Boozled one, never do the stink bug one, dude. Oh. That's disgusting, dude.
Young Noticeable says I look like alter ego Chugs.
You do. Is
that because we're both Jewish?
Chugs had his last show with us last week.
He did.
And now his evil twin has replaced him here via Coop. You look like the devil on Coop's shoulder. I'm just going to tell you right now.
I don't think I do.
The only difference is the glasses and the beard.
Yeah.
You guys do look pretty similar.
Disagree.
What? He does.
Disagree.
Oh my gosh, dude, you definitely do. Okay, man. So right now we're about $150 away in Super Chats for a Snickers salad pie. We brought towels. If you guys want to get weird today, we could do that. Make sure you get those Super Chats in. If we want to show that Super Chat menu right before we start this next segment, Coop. Coming up here, I got my record prediction for the Steelers here in 2023, so don't go anywhere. Thank you to the 125 Yinzers still in the chat. $5, we'll do a Here We Go Steelers chant. $10 gets you on the Steelers Hard Hat Hall of Fame. I wear this hard hat during our watch parties every week. $20, Bean-Boozled jelly beans. Coop and I have had enough already, man. But if you keep sending in those 20s, we'll keep doing them. $50, I can slap Coop with a tortilla, or he can slap me, whatever you guys want. And then $100 gets you 3 free raffle tickets to the Joey Porter Jr. jersey raffle this weekend, and for every raffle that we have here on Steelers Talk. It's called Gold Club, lifetime membership. If you want to join our community here, $100 will do it. Now, coming up here, I got the 2023 record prediction for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Can't wait to share with you guys. Make sure you get those super chats in so we can get weird today. And after that last sip, let's get into this record prediction right now. After a much... Coop, let's start that over again. I couldn't think of what to say. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Everyone type L in the chat quick first.
Type L in the chat. Good Lord, man.
This is a live show.
L Sperry. All right, man. Let's get into this video right now. Coop, do I just start when I'm ready?
Yeah, when you're ready, give me a little hard pause and then just go right into it.
All right, man. Apologies to everyone watching on the live show. Let's get into this right now. The Steelers' 2023 season is nearly here, and on today's show, I'm going to give you my official 2023 record prediction for the black and gold. I think it's pretty darn bold, so we'll see where we go with this. But before we get into today's show, if you want to join us for Week 1 versus the San Francisco 49ers and our watch party, go ahead right now and subscribe to the channel. We do watch parties every week. We have a Steelers Talk live show every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then we've got free and daily Steelers news and rumors content for free here on the channel. So if you want the most comprehensive Steelers content here on YouTube, click that subscribe button. And another incentive to join us on Sunday is that we're going to be doing a Joey Porter Jr. jersey raffle on that show. Some lucky Steelers fan is going to walk away with a brand new Joey Porter Jr. jersey. So if you want to enter the raffle, make sure you click that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at Jack_Sperry and tune in on Sunday for your chance to win. Now, let's get into this schedule prediction, record prediction. Starting with this Week 1 matchup versus the San Francisco 49ers. And listen, this is going to be a highly contested matchup here in Week 1 at Acrisure Stadium. The Niners have been to a bunch of NFC Championship games over the course of how many years at this point under Kyle Shanahan. Brock Purdy scored over 30 points per game when he was quarterbacking the 49ers last year. 7-0 when he was the leading passer for the 49ers last year. It's going to be a tough battle, all right? But this is going to be the game where Kenny Pickett and Brock Purdy figure out which quarterback is better. And I think it could absolutely be Kenny Pickett. I'm going to give you my prediction for this game here in just a second. But make sure you check out our preview video that we did earlier this week where I break down the whole shebang, what the 49ers run schematically, what they're going to be doing here on Sunday, Nick Bosa and the potential impact he could have here after signing that massive extension on Wednesday. Make sure you check out that video to get yourselves ready for Sunday, and then make sure you check out the watch party on Sunday where we're going to be partying it up. And for that Week 1 game, I have the Steelers coming away with the W over the San Francisco 49ers. My official score prediction is 27-23, and I think they kick off the season here with a W in a game that really does feel like the Steelers really can't lose. Now, who you got in that one? Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. Pittsburgh Steelers or San Francisco 49ers. Type PIT down there in the chat if you think the Steelers win, or if you think the 49ers win, type SF. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So whenever YouTube throws you an ad break here, it's going to happen in just a couple of seconds. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. Then in Week 2, Monday Night Football against the dreaded Cleveland Clowns. That's right, I said clowns because what a joke of an organization, man. I do think it's going to be kind of a hotly contested matchup. These teams know each other well. The Cleveland defense is really good this year. They got a really solid roster. It's going to be interesting to see if Deshaun Watson really lives up to the hype here, but I think at home, in that kind of environment, coming off a big win against the 49ers, I think Mike Tomlin's going to have his guys ready to go, and they come away with 2 victories at home to kick off the 2023 campaign. Then you get to Week 3 against the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday Night Football, and there we go. 3 straight wins to kick off the 2023 campaign. I think the Raiders are one of the worst teams in the National Football League this year. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to fit well in Josh McDaniels' system this year. I think the defense is god-awful when it comes to overall talent. And I think in a loaded AFC, they're going to be left behind, and they're going to be drafting in the top 5 of the draft next year. I don't care if it's on the road. I don't care if it's the first home game for the Raiders of the season. I think the Steelers win that one. Then you go on the road to Houston, and where you're going to be facing Kenyon Green, who's going to be probably starting against Cam Hayward. I think Hayward has like 3 sacks in that game. It's going to be an easy victory there in Week 4, in my opinion. Mike Tomlin usually does a good job of avoiding these trap kind of games, so I think that they get the win here. And then a tough game against the Ravens here, but I don't think Lamar Jackson usually plays well against the Steelers, particularly on the road. So I think 5 straight wins for the Pittsburgh Steelers to kick us off, and the hype train is officially rolling for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, we have a little bit of a break here. We have a bye week here in Week 6. Would have rather had the bye week come later in the season to kind of rest up your guys for a potential playoff push, but it is what it is. Some teams got to have the Week 6 bye, and that's where we take a break here. And while the season is taking a break here on the schedule, still to come here on Steelers Talk, I'm going to be discussing whether or not the Steelers are going to win the AFC North and give you my prediction here for 2023. You're going to want to stick around for that, but first, go ahead and check out our friends at BetUS. And go chatsports.com/bet and use promo code Steelers125 to get a 125% deposit bonus when you deposit $100 to $600 on their app. Now, what does that mean, deposit bonus? That means if you put in $100 to $600 on their app or on their website, they're going to give you 125% of that money back to you to use on your bet, so $225 total, and it only goes up with the more that you spend. Take a look at the betting odds here. The Steelers are not the favorites in this one. The 49ers are favorites, 2-point favorites, and then 41.5 is the total over-under. I'm going to be putting the over on that. My official score prediction is 27-23. You can take that with a grain of salt. You can take that if you want, but I think that this is going to be a pretty high-scoring affair here towards the end of the fourth quarter. Then we get to Week 7 here where you travel to SoFi Stadium and the Los Angeles Rams. I think that's a pretty darn easy win. The Rams roster is completely depleted right now. I don't care if you're on the road. I think that's a good win for the Steelers. Then you get Jacksonville at home, and Jacksonville probably going to be a playoff team this year, but I have the Steelers winning. I think that the offensive line in Jacksonville is not very good right now, and I think this defensive line and this pass rush is going to take advantage of that and put pressure on Trevor Lawrence all day long, and they come away with a nice defensive effort there in Week 8 to keep the winning streak alive at 7. And then on Thursday Night Football, another victory here against another bad offensive line in Tennessee. I think Ryan Tannehill is going to be fighting for his life in that one. I think that's really going to be the game where the Steelers put people on notice, and they're like, holy crap, the Steelers are 8-0 right now after Week 9? Oh my gosh, this team is a Super Bowl contender. That's going to be a real linchpin in the season, in my opinion. Then you go to Green Bay, and the streak continues. Another win for the Steelers here. 10 straight wins. That's right. That is my prediction for the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Now, there's some games here that they could lose, I guess. Jacksonville is a decent team. Baltimore is always a pretty darn good team. Cleveland, it's a divisional game. But overall, San Francisco this week even. But overall, I still think the Steelers have the advantage in all of these games. And I think they're going to win 9 straight here to start the season. And then you get to Week 11 and you finally take your first loss on the road to a divisional opponent. I think Nick Chubb in that run game is going to be really good this year. That defense is going to be really good. Deshaun Watson, not great. I'll tell you what I think about the Browns here later on in today's show, but I do think the Steelers take their first loss on the road to the Cleveland Browns here in Week 11. Now, before I reveal the rest of this schedule, we're getting into the home stretch here, getting towards the playoff run here. So make sure you like that video if you're feeling generous and you want to help us out here at Steelers Talk. Really do appreciate all the support. Now we get to the next one here, Week 12 at Cincinnati after taking a loss to the Browns. Unfortunately, I have another loss here to the Bengals. I think the Bengals have a really good football team, arguably the best team in the AFC this year. And I think on the road, that's just going to be a tough one to get. I have them losing that one. Then you get a little bit of a softball here against the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray should be back by that point in the season, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think he's going to be fighting for his life, running for his life all day long. I think that's probably going to be an easy victory for the Steelers. Then you get back to Thursday night football against Bill Belichick, who eats young quarterbacks alive in this league, man. And I think that's going to be the case with Kenny Pickett. I think this will probably be Kenny Pickett's worst game of the season going up against Bill Belichick. Even though it's at home in prime time, I still think Bill gets the best of him here, and the third loss of the season for the Steelers. Then against the Colts, another pretty easy one. I have the Colts ranked as dead last in the National Football League in terms of overall team talent. In the National Football League, I have the Cardinals just above them because of the quarterback, Kyler Murray. And Indianapolis, they've got pretty much nothing, right? They've got nothing anywhere, really. DeForest Buckner's a good player. They got a couple decent weapons, I guess, but they're going to be losing Jonathan Taylor. Rookie quarterback and Anthony Richardson has a lot of growing to do. Pretty easy win there for the Steelers as well. Now, we got 3 more games here before I give you my official 2023 record prediction. But first, predict it in the comments section. What will be the Steelers' divisional record this year among teams in the AFC North? You got 6 games, 2 apiece against the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. What do you think that record looks like here heading into 2023? All right, now we get to Week 16 at home versus the Bengals, and I think they split against Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor and company, and they get this W. Big-time statement victory just before the playoffs. Kenny Pickett and the Steelers really get a lot of confidence by getting this win at Acrisure Stadium late in the season. But then you go to Seattle on the road, very hostile environment. You're coming off of a week where spirits are high. You probably put in all of your blood, sweat, and tears into that game against Cincinnati. And I think the Seattle Seahawks, who are going to have a really explosive passing game this year, led by Geno Smith, Jackson Smith and Jigba, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett. That's going to be a dangerous trio right there, by the way. I think that's a loss. And then if the season is on the line at Baltimore, I trust Kenny Pickett to come away with the victory here. I think they win that one. I think they sweep the Ravens this year to finish in the division 4-2. I think that's a very respectable record, especially in the AFC North. And after all this, after a 9-game winning streak to start the season, I have the Steelers finishing 13-4. I think that this is pretty manageable. You know, you look at the record, the away games, you're facing teams like the Rams. You're facing teams like the Colts. I mean, these are winnable games that the Steelers have on their record. And then some of these kind of linchpin games, you know, Cleveland, these divisional games, Patriots, all these different games that you have. Jacksonville, I think that the matchups favor the Steelers nicely in those games. So I think the range for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year, the ceiling is 13-4, 14-3, somewhere in that range. So I'm projecting them to get towards their ceiling. All right, I'm a Steelers fan. Forgive me for being optimistic, all right? But then the floor is going to be 9-8. I just don't see Mike Tomlin with this much talent on his roster getting below 500. I just don't see it happening. I think that the Steelers are going to surprise a lot of people here in 2023. And right now, I'm just hoping these boys don't let me down, man. I've been covering this team, the way Omar Khan has been building this roster since the start of the 2023 offseason. And, man, I've been impressed. I think this team is ready to roll. I think the preseason went really, really well. I think Matt Canada and Kenny Pickett are going to get their stuff together. I think the defense is going to be elite. And right now, I'm just really, really hoping that I'm not being a homer here, and I really hope they don't let me down. Now, my official AFC North projection here, this is what I have as the records for all 4 teams in this division. I think the Steelers win the division this year at 13-4. The Bengals make the playoffs as a wild card at 12-5. Baltimore Ravens get to 10-7. And they'll be right on the playoff picture there. And then same thing with Cleveland. They'll be in the hunt. I think they'll get better as the season moves on. But I think Deshaun Watson will struggle a little bit early on in this season. And they'll finish up at 9-8. Now it's prediction time. Down there in the comments, give us your Steelers record prediction. And then let us know if you think they're going to win the AFC North. Do you agree with me? Do you heavily disagree with me? Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. You think I'm being a homer? You think I'm being a fanboy? Let me know down there in the comments. I want to see what you guys have to say going into this 2023 season. All right, man, that'll be it for today's show. Make sure you click that subscribe button for Steelers content just like this, 100% free every single day here on YouTube. We got our watch parties every single week. If you want a place to kick it with your fellow Yinzers this year, we try to be your one-stop shop for everything Pittsburgh Steelers here on YouTube. So if you want to join our family today, we'd really appreciate you if you click that subscribe button. All right, Coop.
13-4 for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think it's going to happen, man.
So as I said at the beginning of the show, when I originally read your record prediction, I was like, dude, you're crazy. There's no way this team goes 13-4. And then I looked at the schedule, and I was like, yeah, I think I have them going 12-5.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, these games, I mean, you look at all these linchpin games that they could.
Look who it is. It's my
evil
evil
twin. Oh, we got our man, Jeremy Chugs. Send us full screen, man. What's good,
My
Chugs?
evil twin. Chugs, they said I was your alter ego.
Here we
go. We go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Love it.
Let's go!
Jeremy, what's up, my man?
Going good, going good. Hey, I don't care if it's a Bosa, a boat, a toad, a road. I don't care.
Steelers by 90.
20.
Steelers by 20. I love it. Give it up for Jeremy Chugs, man. Oh, man, we're going to miss him this year big time. But Coop, you're doing a great job, my friend.
I told him Jeremy's evil twin. I think it's because we're both Jewish.
That's pretty funny there, Coop. Not going to lie. Oh, my goodness. All right, so we're done with our cuts for today. Right now, we're $150 in Super Chats away from from pieing me in the face live here on Steelers Talk. So if someone wants to be a Steelers Talk legend, right now, the number to beat for our raffle ticket Super Chat MVP here is 40. All right, Daryl Oglesby has put in $40, which makes him the recipient of this $20 raffle ticket promotion that we're doing right now, unless somebody can usurp him.
Usurp, that's a very big word.
If somebody puts in a $50 super chat, they become today's MVP so far.
They could usurp him.
All right, so I'm going to put the clock on right now. So we're at 5:12. I'll put the clock on for 4 minutes. All right?
Quattro.
4 minutes left in the show. If we get to what? $200 in 4 minutes, we'll extend the show by a little bit.
That sounds good.
All right. So if we make $100 in Super Chat revenue here in the next 4 minutes, we'll extend the show. If not, if you guys want to chill at your place, if you guys are done with today's show, it's whatever. It's been a good show, man. We got a great show coming up on Sunday.
I'm not worried
about Super Chats necessarily today, but
Not worried.
If people want us to do some crazy stuff here on camera, by all means, if you want to be today's MVP, a $50 Super Chat, we'll get it done for you. If you've already put in a $30 Super Chat, we'll do it for you.
Brian White's being kind of a hater right now. He's talking trash about Kenny Pickett in the chat. And
Who
he
is?
says 9-8 with the soft schedule.
Oh my gosh. I mean, 9-8 is the floor.
That's the floor.
I will say that. If they lose like every game that's like going to be a close matchup, I'd say 9-8 is the absolute floor. But this schedule is not that bad, man. It's just not. I think that the Steelers, if they take care of their business on offense with Kenny Pickett and George Pickens and all the weapons that they've gotten, the improved offensive line, we haven't even said a word about TJ Watt, the best edge rusher in football, and that defense absolutely going to be dominating teams this year. I just feel like this is the year, and you listen to the players in the Steelers locker room too. They feel like this is the year for them. Like Deontay Johnson said it in his press conference today. He expects this team to win the Super Bowl this year. He is that confident.
I know no one cares about my fantasy team, but I did draft Deontay Johnson in the Chat Sports Fantasy League, so I'm very hard rooting for Deontay Johnson.
I think George Pickens is going to take quite a bit of production away from him this year.
That's okay. Pickens will be the number one. Johnson will be the number two.
Yeah, and then you also have to deal with Allen Robinson and Pat Freiermuth and the run game. Calvin Austin as well. There's so many good weapons here that I feel like Deontay he's not going to get lost in the fray. He's still an incredible route runner.
He just won't get as many touches.
It's just not going to be like getting a million touches like he's had over the last couple of years with Ben and then last year with Kenny, where he was bona fide the number one guy on this offense.
The Steelers have always had good number two receivers. If you go all the way back to like Martavis Bryant, they've always had a good number two to supplant the number one.
They've always had good receivers.
Always.
Like they always know how to get these gems. Like Antonio Brown.
Hines Ward.
Middle round guy.
Yeah, they find him.
Turns into arguably the most dominant receiver in NFL history.
Yeah. The run that Antonio Brown had between 2011 and 2018 might be the best run in NFL history for any receiver.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely make an argument for that. I mean, the chemistry that he had with Big Ben was absolutely
It was insane.
undeniably great. I mean, the
Insane.
anticipation that those guys had, incredible. We got a minute left on the clock to make $100. If you want to extend this show, if someone sends in $100, we'll pie both me and Coop.
I didn't agree to that.
Well, you're agreeing to it now? If someone
I need
sends
my
in
agent.
$100 within the next minute, you will automatically be today's MVP, so you get 20 free raffle tickets for Sunday. And you join Gold Club if you're not already. And we get two pies. All right.
Do you have another shirt? Because we have some work to do after this.
What's that?
Do you have another shirt?
I
Because
do
we
have
some
another
work-
shirt.
All right, we have some work to do after this.
Cassie really did a good job crossing the T's
Cassie,
and dotting
thank you
the
for
I's.
taking care of Mr. Sperry here. I always have to make sure he's in line when I'm
We've
at
got
work.
40 seconds on the clock. Who's going to be the legend today? Last week it was Austin Tardif. Who's going to be the guy that gets us to 200 today?
Damian Roy, what's up, man?
Damian Roy. What's up, my man? It's good to see you.
Yeah, Brian's about to get himself banned from this chat.
Brian White,
You're
man.
close, Brian. That's all
Sounds
I'm
like
saying.
a Niners fan to me.
No, I think he's a Browns fan, which is even worse.
He's a Browns fan.
That's what people are saying.
Get him out of the chat, man. Get him out
Brian,
of there.
you start talking more crap, you're going to be banned.
You're out of here, Brian.
You're going to be banned. I'm just letting you know.
Dude, I hate how Cleveland Browns fans think they have a license to talk shit.
Oh, my God, they think they're better.
When-
They think they're better than the Steelers.
Dude, they in the last decade, what is it? One winning season?
I think they've won one playoff game.
One playoff game is against the Steelers, which the only thing that they
That's
bring
all
up,
they can say.
That's the only thing that they can say is that they beat the Steelers at Acrisure the last time those two met in the playoffs. It's the only thing they can say. It's a joke of a franchise.
They're an absolute joke.
I think they're going to Brown this year. Like, if you want, like, this is a loaded division this year. I think if any team just completely underperforms, it's going to be the Cleveland Browns because that's what the Browns do, man.
That wouldn't surprise me at all, honestly.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. 15 seconds left. Come on, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Who's going to be the hero today? Oh, my goodness.
Well, if no one sends anything in, it was a good show, Sperry.
It was a good show, man.
And I'm pumped.
And we've got an awesome show coming on Sunday.
I'm so pumped for Sunday. I really
I
can't
really
wait.
do think a lot of people are actually saving their money for Sunday for raffle tickets.
And that's okay with me.
And that's okay with me, personally. You know, man. Okay, so that's my timer. That'll stop it for today, man.
What's up, Chugs?
Chugs, what are we doing here, man? Chugs wants to say goodbye here, all right?
Okay.
All right, Chugs is going to join
we're
us for
about to
our
sign
last
off.
Here We Go Steelers. I want to give some shout-outs here. Type real one in the chat. I want to see who's the real ones. We got Damian Roy. He's late, but he's a real one. We got Hot Rod 24. Kermit is my God. Them Jags. Jeff Strip. Cranman. J.R. Griffith. Who else we got in here? Brian White, even though he's a Browns fan. Thanks for tuning in, though. We got Illusion Aviator. We got Flower Shaman.
You ready?
Who are all the real ones, man? Cassie, thank you so much for everything that you did today.
Cassie, thank you for the Snickers salad.
McEldew, what's up, my man? Thank you to all the real ones that made it to the end of today's show. We're going to finish things off with a real one chant once we're done, Coop, and the stream. Oh, we got a $25
Mo
chat right at the end.
Steelers, here we go. Here we go, Steelers, here we go. Here we go, Steelers, here we go.
And Mo Love takes the lead for MVP.
Does he?
I think so. I think he's at 45.
45?
All right, Mo Love. You got 20 additional tickets. You know what? We'll
give him 2 minutes.
1 minute.
1 minute.
I'll give Daryl 1 minute to re-up that, all right?
It's only fair.
It's only fair for Daryl to get a fair chance here. Daryl, you got a minute. Or anybody else, a $50 super chat, and you're today's MVP.
I love waving this towel around.
I know, man. It's your favorite thing to do in the entire world. But
I don't
Mo
know about
Love's
that.
a real one. I hope to see you guys on Sunday, baby. Is somebody going to take the lead, or is Mo Love going to be today's MVP? Let's see, man. We got about 30 seconds.
We have Big Tex over here, WD-40ing the door.
Oh, my goodness, man. Were you supposed to do it before?
That's good stuff, Texie.
We've got 15 seconds. Is somebody going to come in here at the last second? We've seen some great moments, man. Otherwise, it's going to be Mo Love getting those 20 tickets. All right, we gave him a minute.
That's it.
That's it. Mo Love, you get the 20 tickets for that Joey Porter Jr. jersey. I know you're going to be tuning in on Sunday for that watch party, man. All right, that'll be it for me and Coop today. Let's finish things off right here, Coop.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
All right, thank you so much. We'll see you guys on Sunday, and as always,